what comedians what type of comics do you like? Or name some comedians you like.
Bill Hicks, Lenny Bruce,
Hold on, Bill,
Richard
what?
Pryor.
What you know about Bill
George
Hicks and them?
Carlin is probably one of him and Dave are two of my. Gerard Carmichael is a new one.
Okay.
Ryan Davis is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Just Niche.
Okay.
Is amazing.
Come on, Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney, come on,
man.
man.
That's my brother right there. That's my number. Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. So I see you like cerebral.
Cerebral.
Okay, thank you. That's why you're here.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. People think a lot. You like those and those who actually say something.
Yeah.
Are you the same way with
I like
rap?
ratchet shit too, though.
Oh, you know?
Yeah, I watch Cheaters every day.
I'm just thinking, yeah.
Shouts out to my nigga Joey Greco.
Really, Joey? Yes. So, no, I like those comics, too. I feel like now in a stage of my career, what happened to me one time was I was funny for a long time. People say, man, you're funny. But things wasn't moving. My career wasn't progressing. I was like, why not? I'm ripping these clubs and these theaters. I didn't understand why not. And one day I would come to my hotel room after a show and be kind of a little sad. Like, I'm rocking, but my career's not moving.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of artists and rappers probably do that, too. I say, what's happening? I'm one of the dopest around. But once I decided to shoot my special, which I recently shot, it's gonna be out pretty soon. Thank you. I said, what am I not doing right? I started thinking about people like you said, Bill Hicks, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, even Kevin Hart. All these people. I said, what did they do? One thing I found out, people love storytellers.
Yeah.
Once I learned that, I said, okay, because I was telling jokes, bop, bop, bop,
Yeah.
bop, yo. I said, okay. Then I started saying, P, go into yourself to stuff that you were telling people on the phone, girls on the phone, funny stories about growing up, my mother being a stripper and basically, catching my mother cheating in the bed, just all that kind of stuff, and make that stuff funny. And it moved my career so quickly. People started saying, hold up, you're a little different now. You ain't just a goofy guy up there jumping around, laughing, and all that. And I realized, because I was afraid of silence, a lot of black comics are afraid of silence. They think if you're not laughing, you're not enjoying it. But no, it means you're listening.
Yeah.
You're paying attention. So these young comics out there, if you hear somebody quiet, you're paying attention. So you like Ryan? I'm thinking some of the newbies. You like Ryan Davis?
Yeah, I love Just Niche. I love Ryan.
Yes.
Classic storyteller. I don't know if this is a off subject, but
no, man, come on,
Bill Cosby special himself is one of the greatest storytelling.
When he sat down, when he's sitting down,
when he's sitting down, he has the brown suit on.
Right.
And he talks about what it's like to be a father of a son.
Right.
And you get the son the football, and you get him the football, and you
Sure,
go in the yard, and you run the touchdown on the back of you.
Right.
And you go and you boom and you run and you fops. And he say then he gets in high school, he gets the ball and he bumps and he dodges it and he scores a touchdown and everybody's going crazy and the camera gets in the eyes and he looks in there, hi mom.
There you go.
That is what being a father feels like. And,
right, wow.
And to this day, when I think of my 4 children and their love of their mothers and how much child support I paid, I just
hi mom. They say hi dad.
Yeah,
I kill him. I
never forget that
wow.
no matter what you do as a dad, you're always gonna be second place to mom.
I'm torn in between. I want to know where you're torn with Bill Cosby. Do you think that he was railroaded toward the end? He should just been left alone, or do you think
I tend not to even think about it at all.
Okay,
again, all my heroes and villains have looked like me. I don't think any person is above reproach. I remember going to my high school when he spoke there after I had graduated and prepared to just be very angry with him. And I was angry because to me he was shitting on poor black folks.
Oh, the comment about, okay.
Yeah, but when he said something in there that night, I walked away with it. And now mind you, the guys that I carry in my pocket, or I have a pocket full of money, they were all slave owners. They were rapists. They were some of the most committers of evil that any human being can do, because to hold a human being in bondage, to commit a human being, to subjugate them as a beast, to walk around with a 14-year-old girl as though she's your bed mate, and somehow the ability to say yes, all those men were evil, committers of evil.
Sure.
And, with that said, the Bill of Rights is one of the greatest pieces of paper written. The United States Constitution, and this country is given the descendants of people who were brought here enslaved enormous opportunity. And Bill Cosby said that night, he said, poor people and working class people have not held up to their end of the bargain. And I'm looking at him, I'm ready to be mad. Now, I remember that. You're ready to set it off on his ass. He says, education is free, and it will free you from subjugation.
Oh, that's true.
And when he said that, I realized I was standing in the grounds of the high school that had prepared me to go to Morehouse. I was standing on the grounds of a high school where every morning when you walked in that school, you read, "Without struggle, there is no progress." And another quote by Frederick Douglass said, "It's easy to build strong children and repair broken men."
Yeah.
So my entire life, I had been conditioned from kindergarten forward to be confident and competent to do the job. And the job was to educate myself, to develop myself, and to do the same for my family and community. So the challenge that he gave me, I appreciate. The example that the Cosby Show set in the middle of the crack era,
Sure, yeah.
I appreciate.
Sure.
I don't, and I can say when he's before our God and whatever scales and balances that God weighs us on, I would just say that the work that he did good in my life personally, I can say I appreciate.
Sure.
And I can separate from the man that Bill Cosby was and the things that he has been accused of.
Sure.
I don't know that he's been convicted of anything, but
Sure.
the things that he has been
Accused of. Right.
I can say that the art and what it inspired me to do and become has been tremendous.
Right.
The challenge to use education as a freedom tool was accepted, and it worked for me. And I would say to the people that wish to somehow erase his whole legacy, I would challenge you to keep that part of the legacy for Black people, because we need that part of the legacy now more than ever. We need the part that tells us we're confident and competent. We need the part that normalizes Black family. We need to be inspired by shows that showed you Black children in a college environment like a different world. And just like I can separate George Washington as the father of this nation from the fact that he owned 300 human beings,
Sure.
he freed none of those human beings. And the legacy of those human beings, many of which share his bloodline, but do not get to share in that legacy, still remains to this day in living human beings. I'm able to polarize my thoughts in the same way about Mr. Cosby as I am any former U.S. president and slave owner.
Now, I dig that. And because of stuff that Bill Cosby did, do you allocate the same thing for like an R. Kelly? Can you separate the talent he was and what he does, or that's something totally different if you put those two together?
That would mean to stop listening to, like, think about, I'm not, as a parent, gonna let my child go spend a night with Michael Jackson or R. Kelly, right?
Sure.
I don't know what they was doing there. In fact, as a parent, you're not gonna spend. You got a house, like my granddad told me when I was a child. You don't need friends. You got cousins.
Wow.
But the music, the music, is some of the greatest R&B music that's ever been produced. So I don't think that you're ever going to stop hearing R. Kelly music. But our community hasn't been in huge support of R. Kelly signs. I ain't seen no niggas with no free R. Kelly signs, So Black people, when they get quiet, a lot of times Black people are just giving you that subtle nod of justice is being served. We understand. And you'll hear Step in the Name of Love at your 77-year-old grandma's birthday party.
Right. That's facts. If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?